Many homeowners wonder that. They think, well, what am I getting? Because I know I'm buying the neighborhood, I know I'm buying the schools, I'm buying square footage, but then what you're asking is more of a component thing. If my siding and my roofing is put on by the square and not managed by guys who are the lowest bidder, what exactly am I getting up there? And so after 33 years of getting on these roofs, after 5 to 7 years of them keeping 3 1/3 feet of water out of your home here in Oregon, this is what we find. We know that the roofing crews are generally 3 or 4 people. There's a couple journeymen and a couple apprentice. And what happens is when they're paid by the square, their incentive is to go fast. And a roof is a system, meaning that when you put these components together, everybody wants to buy a shingle, but really shingles anybody can buy. It's how the shingles are put on, how the staple or how the nail is applied, how many nails are applied, what kind of underlayment. Was there wrinkles in it or is it smooth? Was there a drip edge metal installed or was there just hanging the shingles over into the gutter? Was there rake edge, and so that you have a protection on the edge and you're not going to get a wind lift on your shingles? Or when someone puts a ladder up, they cave in the side of your shingles. There's lots of details on a roof that have to be done in a consecutive order to give you a beautiful, healthy, long-lasting roof. What we find when we make these well care checkups is, first of all, realize that half of your roof does 100% of the work. You've got a southwest side that in Portland just gets the daylights beat out of it. Think of you as a woman who sunbathes always facing south, and give you 20 years of that, and what is her skin going to look like? Compared to a woman who sunbathes always facing northeast. And the northeast woman will have this beautiful, soft, supple skin, and the southwest woman's going to be dried out and cracked. I mean, this is what happens to your roof. If you have a shake roof, almost 100% of the repairs go on the southwest side. If you have a tile roof, the grit coming off that tile feeding into those closed valleys happens really heavy on the southwest side. On composition roofs, your composition loss, you're losing the granules off of your asphalt media bed, is all happening on the southwest side. And as soon as the UV can get to that asphalt, it's a very quick death. So we have ways of helping your roof deal with this exposure, but it starts out with a well care checkup. The things that we find because of this method of putting these roofs on fast, is that sometimes the apprentices aren't even watched. And we'll go around a corner. They like to put them on the back side where you can't see it, but the roof still has to work totally functional like the rest of the roof. You just can't see it from the ground or from the street. These guys are learning roofing. They're not journeymen. And when they go and they put the staples or the nails in crooked, there's a head that's sticking out and they're burned through the shingles. They mislap. They have the shingles stretched. The rows are crooked. When they put on the vents, they crack them. They don't get the overlap correctly on the pipe flashings. They don't flash detail the skylights like a journeyman does. And they think that caulking solves all that. So the journeyman comes over, looks at what the apprentice has done, and said, oh man, this will take forever to tear all this off and redo it. He gets out his caulking gun and he starts caulking all of the voids and problems. And guess what we find 6 years later? The caulking has failed, and there's holes and there's problems, and the staples have come through the shingles or nails, because when a nail's put in at an angle, because you're going at an angle really fast, that head, when that roof heats up, melts into the shingles and you have a hole. So we find all these things and we report them to you as a homeowner in our well care checkup, and then you get to decide, well, I need to take care of that if I want my roof to be beautiful and healthy and long lasting. Because yeah, you can throw away a 12-year-old roof because a part of it was done incorrectly, but we can help you take care of it, make minor changes, sometimes major changes, and so you can continue to have that roof go into its 20 and 25th year. So just a point of concern is that we do check up on the installation of your roof. It comes with our well care checkup. not just a moss checkup, but all the components that keep your roof healthy, beautiful, and strong, and 3 1/3 feet of water out of your home.